Good morning. I am in Allenton, Wisconsin. Check this out. Quite a different scenario than what you typically see me in, because we are in legitimate farm country. 7 acres of farm. Matt's parents own this beautiful gentleman's farm out here. No actual farming goes on here anymore, but it's a beautiful property, and what a beautiful morning to be waking up to. Good morning to you on this Saturday. Kavit Damara, who is on the board of Lady Drinks, and she is also the executive director of a nonprofit, asks the branding question this morning. And her question is that when an organization is undergoing a rebrand, how do you maintain brand integrity? And I think the point number one is that anytime you're undergoing a rebrand, you have to explain to all of your stakeholders, which means your clients, your board, your employees, why you are doing the rebrand. There has to be like a solid reason why, and that really needs to be put out into the ether. The second thing is that you really have to have a plan, a solid plan on how you're going to execute on this. And then the third thing that you need to do is that you need to make sure that all of your collateral, your website, your marketing, any touch point where somebody comes in contact with your brand, you got to make sure that it's consistent with the rebrand efforts that you've done. My favorite example of this is actually Starbucks. You know, Starbucks, since the beginning of time, has always had that two-tailed mermaid that sits on all of its branding. It's called a siren. And what does a siren do? I think it's from the old Norse tradition that a siren used to lure pirates to an island and then shipwreck them. So Howard Schultz, when he decided to found Starbucks, what he really wanted to do was to lure people to his coffee brand in the way that people spent hours and spent a lot of community around the coffee culture in Italy. So you've always seen that siren, right, on all of the Starbucks branding. However, over the years, that Starbucks logo has changed. And the biggest rebrand that I remember is that Starbucks got rid of the actual word Starbucks in the circle that sits around the siren. Why is that? Well, for the longest time, people only went to Starbucks for one thing, coffee, right? But then Starbucks became something else. It became a place where you got breakfast. It's a place where you went and got draft brews. It was a place where you would get fruit and protein packs. And that's why they got rid of the Starbucks logo, because they wanted you to still be lured to the brand for things that weren't just the original thing that you came to Starbucks for. Why did they do this? They really wanted to bridge the gap between where you spend your time at home and where you spend your time in the office. Starbucks became a place where people hang out for all kinds of reasons. And so they knew that they needed to try and make sure that you still felt that consistency, but you were coming there for different reasons. And that's why the rebranding had to happen. So that's my tip of the day. It's Saturday. It is a bloody 35 degrees here in Allenton, Wisconsin. It's kind of cold, but it's just so gorgeous. I want to show you this barn. See all the cornfields. I'm going to be talking about branding in Princeton with Lady Drinks member Shruti Sharma Vazirani on Wednesday at the Hyatt Princeton. This is an event that I'm doing in conjunction with Thai, New Jersey, and we would love for you to join us. Bye from Wisconsin.